Hey everybody, this is, for now, the final video of the Every Among Us task guide, because this is the modded Submerged map. So yeah, let's just get into it. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on this spot whale shark thing, and actually I just noticed I have to disable some of the other ones first, because I can't even see it. So, give me a second. Alright, this is all set. If you look in the bottom of my task, you can see observatory spot, whale shark not visible, and then it has a countdown right there. I'm going to show you this one first, because you actually have to be over near the observatory by the time that ends. So, I have to take the elevator up. You see that not visible thing? It's right over here, and you can see, if you still look at it, the timer ended, and now it says in range 25 seconds, so, and it counts down. So now that it said in range, you can come over here and click this, and if you don't click it by the time that in range timer runs out, it'll go back to another, like, out of range thing that you'll have to do again, and you'll have to wait a while until the whale shark comes back. So you just have to pay attention to that timer so you can see when you need to visit. So that's why I showed you that first. So while I'm here, rest of observatory. This aligned telescope is the same as before. You just search until you find what's on the screen there. For this one down here, you have to click on all the little markers. And I'll just show you now, if you get it incorrect, it adds more. And each time you get it incorrect, or I guess it's each time that you don't click one of them, because it's a bit precise. Each time you don't click one of them, it resets them all and adds a couple more, until eventually, if you've done it so many times, they will all be like filled in. So coming up to the cafeteria here, if you have this one up here, it shows it says cook 104 seconds. That'll be a random time, and you have to, if that's under 99 seconds, you can just type that in. But if it's over 99 seconds, you have to actually calculate how much that is in minutes and seconds. So that'll be, if 60 seconds is a minute, then that's what, 44? So it's like a minute 44. And then we activate it, and now we have to wait a minute 44. So while I'm here, this buy breakfast task, you have to count the money you have. So I have 28, and if there's anything here that costs 28 exactly, that costs the same amount you have, you click that. And if there isn't, then you have to look at the discounts on the top to see which ones have subtracted amounts, and then show like their previous prices there. So like you have to look at that and then subtract it, and it's kind of annoying, which is why I was pretty lucky there. So up here in research, for this one, you just click on the specimen that looks like what's on there. This task is around the place a couple times. You have to patch this, so you grab the tape, and first you have to drag it to where you think a good place would be, and then let go. And once you let go, you can pick it up and drag it again to make tape. And now, while you still have it picked up, you move it somewhere else, and then the next time you drag it, you can put the tape. And you just have to cover up everything. This right here gives you a message. FI9, it'll always be different. You can see if you look back, it'll say the same thing every time. And you just have to go and input that down there. I'll go there in a second. Med by scan, same as before. You just activate this. You just wait for it. The steady heartbeat one is actually pretty hard. I think the best way to do it is just start by spamming it until it says stabilizing and then irregular, and then start doing it a bit slower. And if you see how the faster you tap it, the more that number goes up. So if you want to get that to like 170, 180. And then sometimes 120 works as well, like that. It's kind of hard to explain. This book thing can appear in multiple locations. It'll always be in more than 2 locations. And then you see whatever is on there. See, it says Sea Slugs and You just take the one that says that. So pick the book that says the same thing. This task right here, you just have to grab the wipe and wipe the stains. This is the diagnose elevators task. If you have it, there's 3 of them around the 3 different elevators. You just open this up and press diagnose. And if I were you, I would not scan that QR code. If you do scan it, then you'll see what it is. But then down here, here's the second one. The third one is over by the other elevators. I'll get to that soon. Looks like I have another duct tape thing to do here. Doesn't matter how much tape you use. It doesn't matter. So then over here in meeting room, this right here, you have to see every time you close and reopen, 2 new different types of fish will be there. So you take the food thing that resembles one of the types of fish that are in there, or I guess they're creatures, and you shake it until it turns upside down, which means, or like you shake it until it turns back right side up, which means it's good, and then you go to the other one that's the same. So each time you'll have different things in here, so it'll be different. Down here, this is where you enter that code. You type it on your keyboard. I believe it was FI9. Yep, there you go. You can always go back if you forget it, because it's always going to be the same. And then for this one, you have to just keep your mouse on the ray. I think it actually moves differently depending on where your cursor is located. It looks like depending on like a left, right, up and down thing. So you just hold down your mouse button and just keep dragging over it. Try as hard as you can, because when you move over to where it is, that'll have changed its path and it'll move somewhere else. But if you just keep doing it. Here's my second one. I'm just going to take the same one. And then, now that those 2 are done, when they go to the lobby, you'll see that one. Here's the final diagnose elevator thing. My microwave task is done. When the timer's done, you just pick it up. Now coming here in admin, this is one of the many download data locations. It downloads the same, and it uploads like it does in the airship, where you have to like drag the phone around and stuff, and it does that in communications. So I will go do that, except first, I'm not going to do that. That's actually a bad idea. I'm going to go down to the upper lobby, as that is where this bookshelf is, and once you've done both those 2 tasks, or the other book tasks, you're just gonna drag these in here because they're sorted alphabetically. Now I'm just gonna go back up here to communications. Works the same way as the airship one. Technically, you can just leave it on pour. It won't load if it's on non-pour, it'll load slowly. So technically you can just leave it like this and eventually it'll be done. Good loads faster, and you see I just found perfect at the end there. You want to try to find perfect as fast as you can, so it'll go by the fastest, but it doesn't really matter. Yeah. Now I'm gonna go to the lower section and do stuff here. Oops, I didn't mean to use the elevator again. Come on, go back down to L2. Okay. There isn't really anything to do in the lower lobby. These little mop icons, you'll have them in, I'm pretty sure it's a random order, but it might not be. There might be a specific order to it if you have them, but whenever one of these is highlighted, you can do it. You just drag the mop over one of these, and you can keep scrubbing over it until it's gone, and you'll notice then you can't do any other ones until you dump the water into the bucket. Let me enter here real quick. This is the decontamination that goes to the ballast. I'll just show you a couple tasks. For this task, you just want to turn this knob, flip these 3 switches, and then drag these bars to where it shows them on. This is one of the many areas for fixed wiring. Yeah, that's all I have in ballast. Let's see. Okay. Engine room is next. But there's something here. What is this? Oh, it's another bopping thing. Okay. So for the engine room over here, you've got your unlock manifold, same as before. You just click the numbers 1 through 10 in increasing sequential order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. For this one, you have to control this, and you have to like shoot at these little things, and then you have to also shoot at the wall to get it to bounce properly, so you can bounce it and hit the other ones. You can also just click to destroy it immediately if it's not getting anywhere. Sometimes it can be very easy, and sometimes it isn't as easy. So, there you go. And then this one, you just spin this a bunch. We got security down here. This one, it works a similar way to the asteroids. You're just, when you click, you shoot, and you just have to destroy 20 of these thingies. Even though these are just falling in one direction, while the others were floating across, they were going from right to left. This one is going from top to bottom, and somehow I actually find it a lot harder. Whatever though, it's fine. Storage here. For this one, you see the little icons on each bin. That means the stuff, well, what stuff has to go in there. So, well, let's just start with this one. The pants are supposed to be in here, but these ones aren't supposed to be in here. So let's put these over where they belong, which also has pants in here, and those go up here. As well as these, which should go in here, which this should go in here, and this one should go in here. That should go down there. So once you sort all those, that's good. Let me use this vent to get up here. You can see there's another duct tape right here. Then once you've finished your fixed wiring, the last one will be over here. I still have a couple more to do, but this one you just have to, so for all the ones that are like down, they all need to be up, so you just press the keys on your keyboard. You see I can press any of these to activate, like I can press 3 to toggle this one, V to toggle that one, but you want them all to be up. 1JO, and then Z. Once they're all up, that's a task. It's pretty cool. Infiltration up here. This one, I would suggest starting from both the top and the bottom, and then like working your way towards them at the same time, so that eventually it'll reveal just one pathway from doing both of them at the same time. Here's another mop task. I just completed the mop tasks. This one right here, you just hold the button. Once it doesn't let you pour anymore, you drag the top of that and you put it on there, and then I have a thing over in lower central, which is right here. And for this follows your cursor. So you just want to move it around and get it to the... If it gets stuck like that, you'll have to restart and get it to that ending green leaf at the top without hitting any of the little, I don't know what they are, organisms, without hitting these thingies. The leaves you can hit, the other things you can't. Sometimes you might just want to keep resetting it until you get an easy one like this. This is an easy one. Yeah. And, okay, I have upper central fixed wiring. Okay. So let me just pop up here, do this wiring. And this will be 2 out of 3. And then the third one will always be electrical. So let me pop down here and go over to electrical. So after you do 2 of those 4-wire tasks, you'll do the electrical one, which is 8 wires. But it's still the exact same. It's just 8 of them. And there you go. And that's all the tasks. This is a pretty long one because there are a lot of tasks in here. But there you go. That is every task in this Submerged mod map. I hope you enjoyed, and for now, this is the end of these guides. Goodbye.